Right here, we have Charleston White making it his personal business to expose J Prince Jr. and mob ties, and it's really crazy. But before we get into it, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. Stay your favorite African brother reporting. Check out this clip and let's discuss about it.
How J Prince Jr. tough? How he the leader of anything street and gangster, homie? When he's a spoiled rich kid. Where was he battle tested at? Who done put this nigga to the test to see that he can lead and try to walk in his father's shadow, not in his father's shoes? He walk in his father's shadow. How this nigga get tough? Man, these niggas ain't never stood up at a police shooting. Where the mob at when the police shooting go on? Why the mob can't get these gangs? Come on, homie. So what the Italian mob control they street gangsters. The Mexican mafia control they street gangsters. Our mafia can't control shit but to go get a nigga chain back. They can't sit Lil Durk down. They couldn't sit all these kids down and say, hey man, we ain't finna do it like this, brother.
Okay, so I will try my best to explain to you guys what Charleston White is trying to say on this clip. So when it comes to the street, and you are a rich kid or you are born into a rich family, you are not really considered a gangster. You are not really considered a real G in the streets. Because you are born into a rich family, you ain't looking for nothing, you have money, your dad or your parents has a lot of money, and you are not really considered a rich kid. So those in the street that don't come from a rich family, those that came from a poor background and made it to the top from the street, those are the people that are considered street niggas or street gangsters, and that's how it goes. That's the code in the street. So when you are actually a rich kid or you are born into a rich family, you are not really considered as a real G in the street. You get what I'm saying? So what Charleston White is trying to say is this: J Prince himself already created the whole legacy of the Prince family before J Prince Jr. was born. You get what I'm saying? So J Prince Jr. was born into a rich family where he came out and saw that his dad, who is J Prince, already created this legacy, rap a lot, and he runs the street and stuff like that. So he decided to keep it going. Right? So many rich kids can be born into a rich family and they decide to go do something else from what their father is already doing. So, but he said, no, I love music. I want to keep it going. That's why he created Mob Ties, and his whole father's legacy, he decided to tap into that. And that's why niggas in the street are like, yeah, Mob Ties, we run Houston and stuff like that. He's only selling under his father's legacy. Right? He's only tapping into the father's legacy, and that's what it's all about. So when it comes to the street, he's not really considered a real gangster in the street, right? He's just a rich kid who has a lot of money to spend when it comes to the street. So his father already created that legacy of the Prince family. Everyone in Houston is afraid of us. You don't want to F with the Prince family and all the things he did back then in the 80s. And that's what J Prince Jr. is really tapping into right now. So Charleston White is really saying that J Prince Jr. has not really been tested as a street nigga. He's not really been put into that test to prove that he is really a street nigga. Because remember, Charleston White and all these rappers that you're listening to, all these gangsters and stuff like that, those are ones that came from the hood. They came from poverty and they made it to riches out of the street, and that's what proves them to be real gangsters in the street. And you have to understand that when it comes to J Prince Jr., he is not really that person, because he is already born into a rich family. His father already has a lot of money, and that's what Charleston White is trying to say. And when you look at the situation where any rapper that loses his chain, J Prince or the Prince family or Mob Ties, they have to go get the chain back for the person. That doesn't really validate you to be a real street nigga out there. No, it doesn't work that way. You get what I'm saying? You haven't really proved a lot of it, because it's been a lot of speculations in the street that when you lose your chain, you call on J Prince or J Prince Jr. or Mob Ties or Rap a Lot, they're gonna go get your chain back for you. And what do you think that really means? That means that so many of these people who go robbing these chains from these people, they have relationships with the Prince family. You get what I'm saying? So it's not really like they are going to get your chain from strangers. They already knows the people that rob you. So all they do allegedly is to just make some calls and get your chain back. And what Charleston White is trying to say is that doesn't really validate you to be a real street nigga when it comes to that, because your dad was already doing that in the 80s before you were born, right? He already has that legacy. People were already afraid of him. People respect him and stuff like that. So you are born into a rich family. You're just a rich kid, who created mob ties and is working out for you and stuff like that. So what do you all really think about what Charleston White is trying to say about J Prince Jr., not being a real gangster in the street and stuff like that? Because when it comes to me, I would say, yeah, J Prince Jr. is not really validated to be a real gangster in the street because he is coming from a rich family. So tell me, so many of these gangsters that you see in the street, if their parents has a lot of money, they won't get involved into the things that has to do with the street. You get what I'm saying? That's not really wisdom, because you wouldn't get yourself into stuff that has to do with the street if you are coming from a rich family because you have money. So you are not going to the street to get some money. You get what I'm saying? You already have name. You are famous. You can just create an Instagram page and start running your business or running your career and you will be successful, right? You have connections. You wouldn't go and indict yourself with things that has to do with the street. You get what I'm saying? So that's what Charleston White is trying to say. For J Prince to get himself involved in the things that has to do with the street is not really wise. That doesn't really make him a real gangster. The gangster we know is J Prince. He is the one that created the whole legacy of the Prince family, Rap-A-Lot and all of that, right? And that's how it goes. So for J Prince himself to create that kind of legacy, J Prince Jr. is already made for the rest of his life. He don't need nothing. And that's what Charleston White is trying to say. So for mob-ties to get your chain back when you lose your chain or when somebody rob you of your chain as a rapper, that doesn't really validate you to be a real street gangster. We have examples of real street gangsters. Niggas that made it from the slum, right? Niggas that really run the street. And that's how it goes. But I'm going to stop right here. Go ahead and share your opinions in the comment section. Tell me what you all think about what Charleston White just said about J Prince Jr. And don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Still your favorite African brother reporting.